Well, this week is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very fun. Just hearing sports talk radio, Twitter, the Philadelphia Eagles fan base in general, going throughout this week leading into the next game against the New Orleans Saints. And the major topic is going to be whether Jalen Hurts should start or should Carson Wentz start the game. And that's going to be the argument the entire week. That's going to be the story with the Eagles this week. And just watching the entire game unfold, mainly the second half, because the first half, it was just very abysmal. The Eagles offense stunk. They put a nice first drive together to get the field goal, but then really there was just nothing else going for them. The offensive line stunk. Carson Wentz stunk, and rightfully so, he did stink. He got sacked a lot, and he wasn't making anything happen. Neither was the rest of the team on the offense. The offensive line were not protecting him at all. The wide receivers could not get open for Carson Wentz. And once again, Doug Peterson abandons the run game, especially after the first quarter. And I saw a stat from Ruben Frank, I think going into the fourth quarter, was that Miles Sanders, he had 5 carries in the first quarter. The rest of them, the second, third, and the fourth, 0. That stat probably changed going into the rest of the game because I remember seeing Miles Sanders getting some touches in the fourth quarter when Hurts was out there. But that just shows to go right there, it's not just Carson Wentz. Because, yes, he's getting sacked a lot, but getting sacked can be blamed on the offensive line. Yes, he's not throwing the ball away. Yes, he does miss some people. But the wide receivers aren't getting open for him. Nothing is going right for him. And I'm not trying to defend Carson Wentz that much. Because he did stink. He sucked today. And he sucked basically this entire season. But I don't like that people are putting majority of the blame on Wentz because it is not entirely his fault, and he is not the reason that this team stinks right now. If you look back at it last season, you can really compare this team to last year's team. Carson Wentz was playing on another level. The way he was playing last season hid all of the problems from the Eagles. Now that he's playing bad this year, all of those problems that the team has are being exposed, and that's what you are seeing this season. And we thought maybe we would have seen something against Seattle, because Doug Peterson did say before Seattle that Jalen Hurts was going to get more of the play, going to get some more reps out there, probably get some more snaps. But after the first drive of the second half, going on to their second drive for the Eagles, you see Jalen Hurts get put out there because Carson Wentz, yes, he sucked majority of the game. He did. So it's understandable put Jalen Hurts in just to get the offense a different type of look. And at first, it was very successful. It was. But at that point in the game, the Packers, they were up by more than 15 points. They were playing by double digits. Of course, at that point in time, the Packers defense is not going to be that aggressive on defense. There are going to be open looks for the offense. And Jalen Hurts did get some open looks. He made a nice pass to Jalen Reagor. He did. That was a very nice pass right there. And on that drive where they got the touchdown, yes, it was a very nice play on fourth down right there by Jalen Hurts. But it felt like, to me also, every single time, that they were rolling Hurts out of the pocket. And I'm just thinking to myself that that's what Wentz is really successful with. And we barely seen Wentz at all this season getting rolled out of the pocket. There were a couple times in the first half during this game where they did attempt that. One time it was on his off-throwing side. Another time he was able to roll out of the pocket, and you found something successful happen right there on a throw to Dallas Goedert. And it just felt like, why weren't we doing this at all with Wentz? But it just felt like every time Hurts was out there, it wasn't every single time actually, I might be over-dramaticizing this, but it did feel like every time, that it was majority of the plays, it felt like Jalen Hurts was getting rolled out of the pocket. That he was able to get open, able to get out of the pocket, and he was also rushing for plays as well when he got out of the pocket. And it just felt like as soon as you saw Jalen Hurts make these plays, make that pass to Reagor, make that touchdown on fourth down, it just felt like, oh God, here come all the Jalen Hurts lovers, here come all the Carson Wentz haters saying that, oh boy, Jalen Hurts, like we told you that Jalen Hurts was the reason. Jalen Hurts was the person you had to bring in. Carson Wentz is the reason this team sucks. And Carson Wentz, yes, is playing terrible. But And during this entire game, I was on live streaming with the Painted Line. Definitely go check them out. I'll put their links in the description below. We were live streaming throughout the entire Eagles game, just to get our live reactions through the entire thing. It was a great time. It was a very knowing watching the game, but being on that live stream did make it more enjoyable. And just when we got into that point where Jalen Hurts was coming in and he was making those plays, it just felt like, because one of the guys on there was making a good point. Like I said earlier, the Packers were leading by double digits. There are going to be players that are wide open because the defense, they're not going to be as aggressive. When you saw Wentz out there in the first half, there was no one wide open. But then when you saw Hurts come out there were suddenly players wide open because the Packers were up by double digits. You'll see Greg Ward open out there, and he was barely open the entire game going later into the game. You see it. You saw Jalen Reagor get used a couple of times when Jalen Hurts was out there. It's just that, oh goodness, it's like I said, it's gonna be the hot topic throughout the entire season. And then when you saw going towards the end of the game, Jalen Hurts threw an interception, and then he got sacked a couple of times. And the one thing that's going to be the defending against Jalen Hurts, oh, he didn't have enough time in the pocket. Oh, he just misses. Quarterbacks miss. It's okay. Okay, and where were those excuses for Wentz? Every time Wentz does something like that, you say, oh, that's Wentz's fault. Wentz has to do that. Wentz has to do this and this and that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, I know Wentz sucks. I know Wentz has been sucking this season. But Wentz is not the problem. And we saw out there that Jalen Hurts, when eventually it got later into the game, he wasn't able to do something. He threw an interception. He got sacked. He got exposed like Carson Wentz was getting exposed. He wasn't getting protected by the offensive line. Everything that was happening to Jalen Hurts at the end of the game has been happening to Carson Wentz the entire season. So Jalen Hurts is not the solution. Yes, it does give the offense a different look, but he is not the solution like majority of the people think, and that is what bothers me. And I'm not trying to hate the kid. I don't want to hate the kid, but it's what Eagles fans have been doing, what the media has been doing to Carson Wentz this entire time, and overhyping this second-round pick that should not have been selected in the first place, where they should have picked someone that can actually help the team right now. That's my problem. I don't want to hate Jalen Hurts. I don't hate Jalen Hurts. But what everything that has been going on this entire season, even since the draft, it makes me not like it. I don't want to hate the guy, but it makes me not like it at all. And that is the problem that I'm having the entire time. It's just, everyone wants to put the blame on Wentz. And it's not all Wentz's fault. It goes to the coaching staff. It goes to the upper management front office. It goes to the entire team. Not one guy can make a team one guy can make a team insanely better. It can't. Carson Wentz, last year, Carson Wentz, he was the main reason the team got to the playoffs. He was. If he wasn't playing as good as he did last year, that team probably wouldn't have made the playoffs. And now, like I said earlier, now that he's not playing that bad, the rest of the team is getting exposed. The rest of the problems with this team are being shown at full front, even on national television. It's that bad. And when Carson Wentz is not playing to where he is capable of to hide those problems, this is what happens. And now people are going to be blaming the entire thing on Carson Wentz, which is not his fault at all. His receivers can't get open, his offensive line sucks, and at times the defense can't stop anything. They just can't. And then it was funny too, just because I know these were probably definitely jokes on Twitter, and I don't take them seriously at all. It was just that on that punt return by Jalen Reagor, it was like, oh wow, surprisingly we got a punt return touchdown. I've never seen that at all from the secondary this year. No one has at all. But just it was because people said on Twitter, oh, because Carson Wentz wasn't in the game and Jalen Hurts was, that was caused the punt return touchdown. I was just like, oh my god, here we go. It's just gonna be one of those weeks. That's gonna be the main topic this entire week. And like I said, I don't want to hate on the kid. I just don't. I don't. But what everything that has been going through since the draft, ever since Carson Wentz wasn't playing like himself, since he's been struggling, And everyone's been begging to put Jalen Hurts into the mix because everyone thinks he's going to solve every single problem known to man. That's what makes me not like it. And then also, you can definitely tell there is a clear disconnect. And also in the first half too, this was the first time that we saw Carson Wentz actually get pissed. He was getting pissed. He was yelling at his coaches. They only showed it for a couple of seconds, but you can tell he was pissed. And definitely, I want to see that from Carson Wentz because he never goes on the sideline and shows emotion like that because he is frustrated. I'm sure he has been frustrated this entire season. Maybe that was the breaking point right there. And I could understand too, put Jalen Hurts out there, let Carson sit for a couple of snaps just so he can get back into his head and get his head out of his ass. I can understand that. But now when people see Jalen Hurts make these types of plays, they're going to say, oh, just play Hurts the rest of the season. And that is going to be the question as the rest of the season goes along. In my opinion, I feel like it's a toss of the coin who gets to start against New Orleans. And I would have to bet on it's going to be Carson Wentz, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jalen Hurts either. That's just where I'm at right now. It's a 50-50 chance in my opinion, but we just never know. Like I said, I expect it more to be Carson, but it's more of the 50-50 side in my opinion. It's just that it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. And like I said, I don't want to hate Jalen Hurts. I don't. I want the kid to succeed. I want him to succeed. It's just that everything that has been going down this season, it annoys the hell out of me. It really annoys the hell out of me on how much people blame everything that's wrong with the Eagles on Carson Wentz. And you can clearly tell that there is a disconnect between Carson Wentz and the team. Because when Jalen Hurts, he was going back onto the sidelines, there were coaches talking to him. He was talking to the coaches back and forth, this and this and that. And then every time you see Carson Wentz go to the sideline, he was always sitting on the bench. No one is talking to him. He's always on the iPad. No one's talking to him. It feels like it's that every time. You can definitely tell there's somewhat of a disconnect right there. And I'm not saying that when Jalen Hurts was on the field, people magically got wide open. No, I put that more on Green Bay was up by 2 scores at that point, and the defense wasn't playing as aggressive as they would be. That's where I put that blame right there. And it's just... it's absolutely ridiculous. And just, it's even like more on the topic of the game because it was funny because when Jalen Reagor scored on that punt return, we were just like, we were on the wide stream saying, oh my God, are they actually going to come back and win this game? Because that would be the perfect storyline right there. It would have been a perfect storyline right there to have Jalen Hurts win the game because he came in as the backup quarterback and he won the game. And that would have lit the fumes. It would have lit the fumes entirely. Oh, it's just, it pisses me off. It absolutely pisses me off on the way Carson Wentz gets treated. I just don't like it at all. And I understand Carson Wentz has been playing terrible. He has sucked. But he does not deserve all the blame. He does not at all. The entire team stinks. The front office stinks. And the coaching staff stinks. The entire team stinks. It is not Carson Wentz. And Jalen Hurts is not going to solve every problem. It just isn't going to happen. It just is not going to happen. And this game right here itself, it was terrible to watch. It was exciting when the Eagles were going to make a comeback, but then when you saw the run by Green Bay after the Jalen Reagor touchdown, it was just like, okay, it was fun while it lasted at that point. So now you go into New Orleans next week. And like I said, the question, it's going to be whether Wentz starts, Hurts starts. Like I said, in my opinion, I think it's 50-50. I'd be more pushing towards Wentz, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Hurts starts as well. So we're just going to have to see what happens during the point of this week, during Doug Peterson's press conference and everything like that. It's going to be one hell of a week. It definitely is going to be that. It's going to be very annoying, though. It's going to be very annoying. So I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments section. What are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts about Jalen Hurts? Do you think Hurts should start next week? Do you think Wentz should start next week? I want to hear your opinions. So don't forget to leave your comments down in the comments section. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the painted lines. Like I said, I was on the live stream during this Eagles game today. It was a very fun time trying to get over the annoyance of watching the game entirely. So definitely go check them out. I'll leave their links in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the Fired Up podcast. We did a podcast yesterday live streaming on the Painted Lines. Also, don't forget to check out our merch for the Fired Up podcast. That link will be in the description as well. So like I said, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.